My name is Sandra Oliva Lavieva, and I am a career consultant with We Hire Solutions. Welcome to the elevator pitch slideshow and lesson where you will learn how to master your pitch and, of course, get some really great tips from this lesson. So just a little bit of a background of my own experience. I am actually a graduate from Ryerson University and I majored in human resources management. And for the past 6 years, I've been working with many students across the Toronto and from different backgrounds across the world. And it's been a very wonderful journey for me. And I'm very excited to share my experience and my lesson today with you. So today's agenda for the elevator pitch is listed on the screen. What is an elevator pitch? So we'll discuss the meaning behind it and why it's used widely here when you're job searching or even when you're just networking. Then we'll talk about when to use an elevator pitch, questions to answer. I'll give you some sample statements and examples, and tips on how to write your own elevator pitch. So what is an elevator pitch? And do you know how to effectively explain who you are as a professional? So the purpose of the elevator pitch, it has two parts. First, it establishes a problem and explains how to solve it. Your elevator pitch should be catchy, easy to understand, convincing, and inspiring. The purpose of the elevator pitch is to attract the employer to want to know more about you. Periodically working on your pitch forces you to think about your professional identity. It's important to stop and meaningfully reflect about where we are going. The elements of an elevator pitch. Writing your pitch contains these different 6 categories, so make sure to follow along. The first one would be your strengths, then the skills you've obtained either through school or past work experience, your accomplishments, whether you received an award in school or you've been recognized as the Employee of the Month in your part-time job, your education, the major you're studying, your goals, so whether it's gaining more experience and knowledge and skills in the new role that you're going to obtain, or your career goals in the future as well. And of course, experience. An elevator pitch is a form of interpersonal communication that, when done correctly, makes the hiring manager want to know more about you. So when to use an elevator pitch? 1, you can use them during career and job fairs. Use them during networking and cold calling. And of course, during your job interview, when you answer the question, "Tell me about yourself, walk me through your resume." In addition, you can use your elevator pitch in any situation where you can build a meaningful connection, whether it's a coffee shop or in a networking event, a career job fair, or anywhere where you may think you will gain a valuable connection. Questions to answer. So writing your elevator pitch, it's important to reflect on these questions to make sure you are not forgetting any part of your introductory elevator pitch. So the first one would be answering, who are you? Summarize yourself in the categories below. What have you accomplished? So that would be your professional background, whether it's both work experience or just volunteer. Make sure you talk about what you've accomplished in those jobs you had in the past. What are your strengths? For example, you are very organized, you have great time management skills, and you have a great technical background to perform an analytical job. What are your goals? That's number 4. And where are you going? So telling the employer what your goals are gives you more focus and a sense of direction for the employer to understand where you're going with your goals and what you want to achieve from this position that you are interviewing for. And last but not least, how can you contribute to the company? So ending the elevator pitch with a strong meaning and message of why you want to contribute to this company, why you want this role specifically, is very important. And it has to reflect the job that you're applying for, the job description, and the role that you are going to obtain. Sample statements and examples. Here is an example of a structure of how to create your elevator pitch. Answering the previous questions, here is the way you can start by writing your sentences. So the first one would be, hello, my name is, and list your background, starting with education. I am a graduate student studying mathematics and statistics at University of Toronto. Then going into work highlights, I have worked in customer service for the past 3 years. You can also list your areas of interest. I'm mainly interested in, for example, working with reporting, analyzing, and extracting data. Number 5, your strengths. So, as I mentioned before, you can mention what your strengths are. That could be your time management and organizational skills. And the last one would be ending with your goals. I'm looking to gain further experience in, and you list the field that you're interested in. And that needs to be relevant to the role that you are applying for. Another method is to start with a question or a problem if you are trying to build connections while networking. For example, if you are meeting a meaningful connection while walking to class in university, and you have this idea that students don't have an application that guides them and tells them exactly where their class is, who their professor is, or how to even get to their class or that location. So you start off with the question, hey, did you know that students would save so much time and be more efficient and never be late to class again if they had this application? So that is just an example of how to capture someone's attention by introducing a problem that can also be solved with your ideas. Sample statements. So here are some of the examples you can use to make sure that you have a strong starting point for your elevator pitch. And some of these examples are, I am skilled in, my experience includes, my goals are, I would have a talent for, or I would like the opportunity to. So use these to get you a head start on your pitch and create your sentences. So here's a pitch example. I'm a graduate from the 3-year jewelry arts program at Seneca College, where I have had over 200 bench work hours. So this student introduced themselves by stating who they are, where they're studying, and what they have done. For the past 2 years, I have been working part-time at Golden Rose in the jewelry repair department, and I have over 4 years of customer service and retail experience. Here, the students summarized their experience that is relevant to the role that they're applying for, which may be working for a jewelry department. I was rated as the Employee of the Year for my outstanding service and jewelry quality. Here, the student is pointing to their accomplishment, making them making them very attractive to the employer and capturing their attention to learn more about the student. My specialty is working with pearls, and I enjoy creating custom pieces. Here, the student is focusing on what they're good at, what their strengths are, which is working with certain products and developing certain pieces. Lastly, my goal is to get into creating bridal pieces and working with gemstones at David's Bridal. So as you can see, this student applied for a jewelry position at David's Bridal, and they're looking to utilize their skills into expanding and gaining more experience at David's Bridal. Writing your pitch. So the next part is some of the tips you need to know on how to tailor your pitch or make it more relevant to the position you're applying for. Always make sure to read and prepare according to the job description. A job description is a guideline for you to make sure you are following the requirements and you understand what the role entails and what the employer wants to hear from you in terms of your skills and experience. Research the company and the employer on the company website, on LinkedIn or Glassdoor, for example. Using the company website or other review websites is a really great way to understand not only more about the company, but also about the company culture and how you should best prepare your interview and your elevator pitch. Choose only relevant experience and skills that match the job qualifications. Although you may have many years of experience in different industries, it's important to tailor your elevator pitch only to the experience that can bring you success in landing the job and getting the offer letter. So for example, if you're applying for a service customer job, make sure that you only talk about experiences you've had with clients and customers and solving problems and using your interpersonal and communication skills. Here, technical skills will not matter that much, and your work as an accountant or an accounting assistant at a firm will not be as much applicable here as your past customer service experience. Tips. The first one is practice makes perfect. Get comfortable saying your elevator pitch by practicing out loud with friends or family. Practice until you're comfortable saying it and it feels natural. It's very important to also write out your elevator pitch. That way you can practice in front of your friends and family, and you can adjust accordingly based on the job description. Always tailor your elevator speech to the job you are interviewing for. Experiment. Your pitch is definitely not set in stone. You can change it and adapt it to the specific situation. Get your main point across and show enthusiasm, and don't be repetitive or dull. Get feedback. Ask people what they remember about you or what you said. What was compelling? What could they relate to? And of course, relax. Have fun and enjoy the networking experience. Remember, it's all about people getting to know each other. Focus on the conversation, not the sales pitch, by building the relationship. All right, and that wraps up our first elevator pitch lesson. And good luck. Thank you for watching and wish you all the best. Bye.